I never thought this day would come. But here she is. They're finally giving us K. We have two D's, and finally a K. You can finally put together Team Donkey Kong. Here goes. I could not miss out on her. No. First pull is it gonna be double. Forgot what brand she was. Ah, Tia.
I'm happiest whenever I get to
Elysian. Okay
I'm
then.
in a surly mood. If there's anyone you want offed, feel free to tell me.
Cool. Well, so much for the polling session. Not that I'm complaining. Alright then. Just drop right into the synchro and be on our way then. Sorry, not complaining about that. Can you just win the first pull? Jeez. Alright, I think I had a spot available here. No, I did not. Okay, who can I take out? My name. And there she is. Phase 3 electric.
Now I feel like I can cut loose.
Alright, now to give her some equipment. And level up. We actually do. Increase crit rate. Okay. Additional damage. Cool. Reduces max capacity, but increases damage. Alright then. Seems cool. But to see for ourselves once I get her some good action. All there? Cool.
Do I look like a pushover to you? Huh?
Yeah, it's great to finally have you, Kay. We've been waiting a long time for you. Now then, Lord for Justice. Let's see what we have here. Undisclosed location in the Ark. Perilous Siege Safe House. Kay stares down with sunken eyes at the sentenced targets brought in earlier. 2 men and 1 woman have their arms and legs tightly bound and taped sealed over their mouths. Scattered around them are various samples of drug prevalent in the Ark, referred to as mist. Kay peels the tape off one man's mouth. Please don't kill me! There must be some kind of misunderstanding! No mercy. That is Team Donkey Kong. As a man's body hits the floor, it's accompanied by the clink of a shell casing landing. Kay removes tape from the other man's mouth. So that's how it ends? Getting used and then tossed to the wolves? You don't have a clue, do you? The judges in Perilous Siege are always are way worse than us. The statement causes Kay, who is aiming her weapon at the man's head, to pause. At least we're honest about being dishonest. But oh no, not you. You prattle on about justice as if there's anything righteous about this dirty work. Bullet grazes the man's cheeks, interrupting his seething tirade. Shut up. Get over with you. Just kill me already! Another casing drops. Another body drops. His face frozen in contorted rage. Kay looks down at the ever-growing pool of blood with dead eyes. No! The remaining woman, who is still tied up, watches with terror in her eyes. After glancing her way, Kay pulls out her phone and starts to dial up a number. Before there's even a ring, the line connects with a click. Report. Request for Request for stay of execution. Stand by. Denied. Execute immediately. And if I refuse... Mirrored voices can be heard on the other end. A voice different from the previous monotonous tone is now coming from the phone. It's the voice of an elderly person. Okay, are you listening? X? That's right. I believe this is the first time you've heard my voice, and yet you still recognize me. That's because you're the only one in the super strata who still seems human. I'll take that as a compliment. However, I believe we have a misunderstanding to clear up. The man's voice immediately drops all pretense of warmth and shifts to a cold and emotionless tone. Kay can feel the hairs on her body stand on end. The judges are a committee. Everyone has an equal say, and therefore all decisions are impartial. However, the letters in our codenames also stand for something. To borrow the terminology you used, one could say we're divided into the upper and lower strata, yes. So tell me, what do you think that means? Remember what your name stands for. Accept the consequences of the choices you made. I'm waiting for a response. For the sake of righteous judgment. Well, she tried at least. The call disconnects. Kay grips the phone tightly and clenches her jaw. Having overheard the call, a look of resignation washes over the woman sitting in front of her, Kay. Undisclosed location of the Ark, Palace Siege safe house. There's the sound of a single gunshot. And the echo of a shell casing rolling on the floor. And several more shots. Whew. Let's see that theme. Oh, this is cool. God, Nikke never fails with her music. Here's another one for the playlist.
I briefed myself on the mission earlier.
Wherever you go, I'll always be with you. Let's go. Is it a bet? Then count me in.
Roger.
Are we gonna go play a game? Sounds fun. Wherever you
go
go,
with this.
I'll always be with you.
That's 100%, so.
Let's go.
Another verse. This is the same singer that did Boomsday. God, I gotta listen to this in full later on. It's that peculiar time of day when the weariness of a full and busy day is intermingled with the satisfaction of having spent your time well. Here's today's breaking news. The traces of illegal drug trafficking were found in an office in the Ark's Western District. The building in question was completely destroyed, leading the ACPU to subject inter-organizational conflict. Things out there looking grim. I absentmindedly watch the TV for a while, then get up to take a shower. However, I sense that someone is already in the bathroom. In the past, this would have caused me to panic. But that was then, and this is now. I smile and open the door. Oh, hi. Oh. Hello, Kay. This is quite the meeting to have, after so long. You doing okay? I wanted to borrow your shower for a minute. Don't worry, I'll be out of your hair soon enough. Kay's voice seems dispirited. I can see bloodstains on her face. Are you okay? You're not hurt, are you? I wish I were to check on her. Take it easy, it hurts. I'm not sensing Kay's usual abrasive energy. First things first, let's tend to these injuries. How do you intend on doing that? I can call Mary and Pepper. And notify the entire world about Palace Siege and what we do? Don't worry about me, I'm not that badly hurt. I just need to stay here for a minute. And then I'll be fine. Okay! Don't fall asleep in the tub. Kay's eyes close as she slumps over, and I rush over to catch her before she falls. Let's get you into the other room. I tried to lift her. You carried Nikke's before, and don't think this will be any different. But she's unexpectedly heavy. Careful, I'm on a mission of great consequence. The outfit with special bodies for such missions. They're completely different from those you pick up without a care. You say without a care, but Nikke bodies are not without a care at all. And you're all gallivanting with your Nikke girlfriends. Oh, Well, that's neither here nor there for now. Kay curls up inside the tub. Leave me be. I'll be better soon, and then I'll be gone. Sorry for making a mess of your bathroom. What are you doing? I'll stay here until you feel better. Kay stares blankly as I sit next to the tub. Whatever. Do as you please. After responding bluntly, she slowly closes her eyes. Could be this line of work is starting to get to the K?
Time to take out the trash.
Does she possibly not want to be Perilous Siege anymore?
Reload.
That was a simple mission.
God, I love her outfit so much. It's so cool. A while later, Kay has managed to clean herself up. I then summoned every last ounce of strength I had to attempt to move her. Ugh. You okay? Sounds like you're the one who needs to lie down, not me. Fine. I just gotta catch my breath. Fine. After giving a perfunctory response, Kay turns her back to me. You. Yeah? I think I've lost my memory. What do you mean? Not quite the same as Arcana. It's not all gone, but there are bits and pieces missing. On top of that, I have no recollection whatsoever of the past week. The last thing I remember is formulating a plan to collect intel for a top-level mission. The next thing I knew, I woke up inside a safe house, and everything in between is blank. Do you remember how you got your injuries? Not a clue. You don't appear to be severe, and certainly don't inhibit my movements. Like Case said, the injuries do appear to only be surface level cuts and scrapes. It's hard to explain, it's like my body's refusing to move. At any rate, that's the situation. I also can't get in touch with the upper level Strata or D. Do you think it could be? I doubt it. If they wanted me dead, I wouldn't be here right now. The judges aren't nearly that sloppy. So what could it be then? Probably just one of those things. Something the judges consider perfectly normal. Do you really believe that? What other choice do I have? Throw my hands up and wait for things to unfold? I gotta proceed like the usual. Wrap things up, leave no loose ends, and deal with any aftermath when it comes. Is that how you usually operate? Yeah. Perhaps feeling a bit more energized from our conversation, Dee sits up on the bed. Speaking of which, are you getting back to work? You catch on quick. I guess humans are intuitive creatures after all. You're also a human once. Yeah, but I'm not so sure I want to get used to what's going on here. Who's there? Take a guess. Just a moment. Tell her to come in, she already knows everything. Alright. Come on in. Hey, Arcana. Hasn't been long. Hello. Arcana walks in with a beaming smile, then promptly spins around upon seeing Kay. You two go ahead and have fun. It's fine, we're not doing anything, come on in. Sorry, but I kinda hoped it'd be just the two of us being intimate. We're doing sweet nothings to each other and all that stuff. Hey, now, I haven't done your bond missions yet. I have no idea how far you two go. It's not what you think. After a while, Arcana finally calms down and explains why she came. There was a break-in in the library. The Forbidden Library, to be precise. My room isn't the only entrance into that place, you see. Normally they're tightly sealed, but... It kinda shows us a picture of a metal door that's been split open like a sheet of paper. One of them ended up like this. You call that a break-in? I know, the word barely does it justice. The other thing is that the alarm never went off. I only discovered it when I didn't have anything else to do. I mean, when I was making my rounds. Can I change a silent glance? Let's go. You think what I'm thinking? Yeah. Breaking at the Forbidden Library and their memories of Pele Siege mysteriously just vanishing? There's no way it's a coincidence. Did you say you lost your memory? I got a great method for that works for whenever I get my memory wiped. If you want, I could. Keep it to yourself. Oh, okay. We'll head to the library. See you later, Kato. Thanks for the little heads up.
I'll share my luck with everyone!
Do they actually end up doing something in the Bond episodes with Arcana? Arcana certainly never holds back anything she says. Like it's her whole victory line and everything.
Got to protect my sister!
So I'm looking forward to figuring out once I eventually get around to doing her Bond episodes.
Not eliminated. I'm glad you're safe. Mission complete.
Arcana takes us to the scene of the crime. A bulky iron door thicker than my body has been torn apart like a piece of cloth. Is this passage normally unused? I personally don't use it, no. But others do? During emergencies, yes. I can't consider Kay who's examining the door. So you mean... Yes, this passage is occasionally used by members of Perilous Siege. It's connected to the path I usually take. Neither I nor anyone else uses it often. So we employ additional security measures to keep an eye on it. Did you report it? Yes, as soon as I saw it, but for some reason I haven't received any response yet. I started wondering what I should do, and then I figured that since you're connected to this place as well... That's smart of you. I was the higher-ups myself. Hold on. I suddenly remember Kay mentioning how she was unable to reach D. I guess I can call her up. Or not. No answer. From D, you mean? She's probably out on a mission. She's always had hard to get a hold of. Really? She always answers my calls, though. Maybe she's more proactive about answering calls from her husband. I, don't think that's it. Anyway, let's go inside. Inside? Whoever did this didn't do it because they were bored. They were looking for something. That's true, but... Is there anything missing from the archive? I checked the highly classified materials first, and luckily nothing is missing from those. I didn't have time to look at the other materials either. Then we could look together. Good idea. I figured what's gone missing or what's been damaged that might be a clue as to what the intruder was. I completely messed up by that line. Kay pushes the door further open for us to go in. Let's go. Passage eventually intersects with a corridor leading to the Arcana's room. Upon arriving at the Forbidden Library reading room, we commence our search. Well, that was a lot more of a hassle than I thought it'd be. This room holds documents that are on one level below the most highly classified materials. I've already checked them. I see one door which resembles the one I saw before leading to the room where the God Squad records are housed. On it, there's a sign that reads S1452 along with a crude lock. It's open. You're right. A faint musty scent of old books waft through the crack on the door open. What kind of records are kept here? That's where the records pertaining to the Perilous Siege are stored. What? Let's go inside. It's not possibly D that's doing this, right? Surely not. Inside the room is a complete disarray. Oh my gosh, those wicked thieves, they made a complete mess of the place. Kana hastily begins picking up the books scattered on the floor. Forget about those for now. More importantly, it looks like some of the books are missing. What? Just as I said, some sections of the shelves are noticeably empty. Do you have an idea what those missing books were about, Arcana? Well, the records here are usually redacted before they get to use. Kettilots. They are? I told you before, the higher-ups censor them. Right. But I still remember some of the titles. Let me see. Arcana examines the gaps in the shelves. Looks like they're mission records from two members of Perilous Siege. So the Forbidden Library was broken into, and records pertaining to Perilous Siege haven't gone missing. Meanwhile, Kay has been injured and lost her memory, and D is completely MIA. This isn't good. This might go deeper than we initially thought. Oh boy, what's that? That didn't sound good. What was that? Is there some kind of construction going on? I heard they were expanding the forbidden library. Yeah, but that's not set to start for a while. Let's check it out. We hurry out of the room and follow the continuous thundering sound.
Entering combat.
London Noir are seemingly set to show up in this, if their bonus rewards aren't anything to go by. Well, no, they'll play in. Then again, Mary was also a bonus unit in the last episode,
Getting ready.
and she didn't really do much outside the little moments. We did get those new outfits for Blonde and Noir.
I'm glad you're
I'm
safe.
surprised that they're giving away the Noir one for free. I
complete.
figured that would be the one they make a price for. As we run, the noise continue. When we arrive at the main reading room of the Ark Library, we find what seems to be the source of the noise. Whoa, Moran, looking good! Loving that new look. Oh jeez, sorry about that. Seriously, that ponytail, you rock, absolutely. The hair clip and everything, that jacket I'm in love with. Those shorts too, the little pouch. Hearing about dinosaurs, that's cute. Oh, but I would love to wear this outfit myself. God, you look awesome, Moran. Moran is desperately trying to straighten the bookshelves, which are falling over the like dominoes. Oh man, how am I gonna clean all this up? Moran? Cadet? Are you here to help me? How thoughtful of you. What are you doing here? Oh, well, Moran looks around like the record reading room. I was doing some research. What kind of research would necessitate, what else? What else? 6-0. 6-0. I'm wondering when we get back to that. Have you made any progress? Moran pulls out an envelope from her pocket. What's this? Mist. But was that the same drug that was going on during Moran's story event with sugar involved? This is the room I use to slack, or this is the room I use for brief breaks. Make yourself comfortable. Moran leads us to a small room connected to the librarian's desk, whereupon Moran, Kay, and I all sit down. You said your name was Kay? Does Pearly have an interest in this as well? That's none of your business. And I won't share any of my information with you either. Cadet, let's talk in private. Moran stands up. Sit down. Don't tell me what to do. You little... Both of you, calm down. Didn't Rosanna mention something about this before about the Underworld Queen and Palace Siege not getting along? Why would he get along with some scum like them? They say they punish evildoers, but eventually everyone in the Underworld knows the truth. The only people who get a bullet in the head are those who get in the way. We punish those who do wrong and make them pay the price. That's the only path to true justice. Don't talk to me about justice. What you do is the first thing from justice. Enough, both of you. Moran, can you tell us about what you found? We're in a bit of a tough situation now, and any information you have could be helpful. Fine, I'll tell you, but only because you're the one asking. Moran sits back down and pulls out a small notebook. According to the recent lead, I found out that mist is being distributed again in the Ark. I did everything I could to track down the supplier, but it was like they vanished into thin air. I'm telling you the truth. I hid myself out of sight and waited for them to head into the hideout. Once they were inside, I raided the place immediately. But when I did, no one was there. Could there be a secret passage of some kind? I checked that one too. I ran over the place with a fine-tooth comb and smashed everything, but didn't turn up anything. Could it be... Here says breaking news. Traces of illegal drug trafficking were found in the office of the Ark's Western District. The building in question was completely destroyed, leading the ACPU to subject inter-organizational conflict. So that was you. What was that? Nothing. So you came to the library to investigate further? No, I ended up apprehending the criminals. They have some mist on them. Is that so? I don't know what happened. I was chasing after 3 people, 2 men and a woman. The 2 men disappeared, although I have no idea where, and only the woman was left. Wait. Kay had been listening silently upon that point interrupts Moran. 2 men and 1 woman, you say? Yeah. Do you know something? Kay clutches her head. Kay? What's wrong? Are you hurt? I don't know Presley Siege had feelings. Don't worry about it. It's just more... And it's just tell me more about the people you were tracking. You said there's only one woman left? Yeah, but something bad must have happened to her. She was totally out of it. She kept rambling about saying someone killed her friends. I was barely able to get her a coherent sentence out of her, but finally managed to get a rough description of who killed them. I wrote down and came to the library to try to find more information. Why the library? I'm sure the library has that kind of information. I'm not so sure about that. What? I thought you could find anything you needed at the library. Oh, Moran. Anyway, now that I'm meeting with you guys, that didn't matter. Should I just tell you the description? Please. Moran clears her phone and flips through her notebook. Female with long black hair. It wasn't possible to ascertain whether she was a human or a Nikke. Not much to go on. Exactly. Even amongst our small group, you and I barely already matched that description. Is that it? Of course not. Next, she had a gun with spikes. Kind of pistol, or maybe submachine gun. A gun in any case. That's certainly damning. Don't look at me like that. There are lots of guns out there with spikes on them. Isn't there more? Keep going. That's all I got from her. Figures. Oh wait, there's one more thing. I just forgot to write it down. Apparently the woman was talking to someone on the phone, and said something about refusing to carry out an execution, and then accepting a choice. A whole bunch of ominous stuff like that. And then something about a righteous judgment, and then some other stuff. Huh. What did you say? Kay grabs more shoulders and glares at her. What did you just say? What's gotten into you? Moran, can you talk with that woman now? Sure, I told her to let go down for a while. I can go wake her up. Let's go quickly. Lead the way. Okay. Oh, this is intense. Fun. Damn. What in the hell is going on here? This is a lot of fun.
I'll share my luck with everyone.
Having a been as intense as this. I always loved hearing more about Underworld Queen and Perilous Siege. They're some of my favorite little side stories going on in the arc. So I always look forward to hearing more from them. Now I have to look forward to getting Miranda off in the future.
That was a simple mission.
Could it be, though, that maybe one shot was more Kay? Just a prediction now, but could be that first shot at the end of that first opening was Kay going for the kill, but purposely missing, and then the other two shots were someone shooting Kay with their little memory wipe bullets? That's my prediction for now, at least. Moran takes us to the point near the outer rim and arc are partitioned. This is it. I ring the door open and wait for a moment, but there's no sign of anyone inside. I ring the bell a second time, but nothing happens. Could she have left and gone somewhere? Step aside for a moment. Why? That woman was in no state to go anywhere. That only tells me... I thought your brain was a useless lump, but you're pretty sharp. Guess Underworld Queen isn't so bad for a bunch of lousy chumps. Wow, I had no idea you're capable of complimenting someone. Maybe you're a better person than I thought. Nah, never change, Moran. You stay here and look after Cadet. I'll go inside. Moran easily breaks the flimsy door and steps inside. Soon after... We have a small problem, Cadet. Come inside. Damn it. Alright. Lingering inside the fume was a scent I'm familiar with. I smelled it a few times before. The pungent, metallic scent of blood. Not only that... She's dead. The body of a woman lies on the floor. I was holding myself back earlier because it's you. But this changes things. Now I've gotten involved in this. What in the world is going on? I'm sorry. I didn't know when was the right time to fill you in. I began to explain everything to Moran. From Kay losing her memory to the ruined library being infiltrated. All that while, Kay silently examines the dead woman with the sunken eyes. I had no idea this was so serious. Sorry for getting you mixed up in this. Now, hold on. Just a moment, let me think. Moran closes her eyes for a moment, then reopens them. Fine, I'll help. What about Sixo? It's okay, I hit a wall with that anyway. Once I finish helping you and Kay, you two can return the favor and letting me a hand. Alright, thanks, Imran. No need to thank me. What are friends for? You two done? I hate to break up the love fest, but perhaps you could spare a moment to look at this? Sorry, we're finished. What's up? Look at this. Kay points to the wound where the blood is slowly congealing. Does this wound bring anything to mind? Well, I haven't seen many corpses in my lifetime. This injury does seem familiar. It's a gash. One would seem to happen caused by a knife or some type of heavy blade. Like an axe, for example. No way. Just then, footsteps echo behind us. Did you do this? Dee doesn't answer and continues walking towards me. Hold on for a minute. Why don't we keep our distance and talk this through? Sensing the tension, Miranda steps in front of me, but... Take this. Dee hands me a phone and steps back. A phone? Why would... Huh. Answer it. As soon as I press the button, a cold and inorganic voice emerges from the speaker. You. Who is this? V. V. Do we know a V? I don't think I remember a name with the name of V.
I'm not scared, so long as Noir is here with me.
Next!
I don't wonder what's going on with that one... not underworld queen gal. One who sort of got caught up with Crow in the bombing of the Ark. What happened to her? I haven't seen her since that time.
That was a simple mission.
V. The judges. Doctor return to your mission. Dee bites her lip and briefly glances over at Kay as she heads out of the room. At the doorway, she stops short and stands beside me. Please help her. I have a mission for you. And something you're already quite familiar with, so no explanation will be necessary. Wait, before that... I'm not taking questions. Justice has no place for it. What? We judges pass judgment. We embody justice. We are justice itself. You must follow and respect this. You are the Ark's salvation, and humanity's as well. You must become an infallible, unwavering symbol of righteousness. All their past verdicts were the foundation. That made in the future will be in the harvest. And this judgment will be the turning point. A watershed moment, an inflection point, a divergence. The moment in which you realize the true meaning of justice. It's waxing poetically, but what does all that mean? So make your judgment. Deny all falsehoods. Eradicate evil. Uphold justice. That is your role and your duty. It is your destiny. The voice burns with more than conviction. It's seized with madness. I only now realize that I haven't moved this entire time. It's only with considerable effort that I can open my mouth to speak. Who is the target this time? Who do you want me to pass judgment on? In response to my question, V lets out a sigh and seems both regretful yet both also satisfied. The target this time, who indicates the target, is me. V. I do not know anything about V. Nothing comes to mind in my memory, at least. God, this is fun. This is cool. We finally get Kay, we get this badass song, and we get a new outfit for Miranda to look forward to. God, this is gonna be so good. Let's keep it going. You sure this is the right way? Kay doesn't respond to Moran's request. Hey, I said this is the right way! Most likely, yes. I have a rough idea of where the safe house is, so I'll take the lead. Alright. Watching Kay soundly by her lip reminds me of what just happened. Target this time is me. What? Judges are the embodiment of justice, and so we must always be just. But I have lost my way. The righteous path which I tread has become one of evil. My position can only be inhabited by one with an infallible sense of justice. And so I must be judged and face judgment. What in the hell is this? You're telling me a judge, one of the upper strata, is the target, and another one putting the hit on themselves? What kind of insane... You already know the answer to the question you're about to ask, Kay. What? You may know the answer, but you no longer have the privilege. A puppet is not entitled to uphold justice. Is it because Kay is a Nikke? It's nothing so banal as that. Kay has failed us. She has forgotten her mission. She has forsaken the name which was given to her. She has failed time and time again, and become little more than a hollow puppet. What's this? A key? Kay vacantly pulls out an old key from her cloak. This will tell you about the path we walked. It will reveal the truth and the facts. It will reveal my beliefs and my will, and my sense of justice. Okay. Kay clenches tightly to the old key in her hand, to which there's a tag attached which reads, Top Secret Archive, S1452. There was a text I got from Arcana that was apparently mentioned that one. I think they said that was about Perilous Siege section.
Getting ready.
I'm glad you're
Well, we
safe.
actually get to see this V.
Mission complete. Entering combat.
I wonder if they'll have an actual unique appearance, or it'll just be another one of the NPCs.
That was nothing. Wait a moment.
Okay.
I may look like a bunny, but I'll take on anyone, anytime, anywhere.
We arrived at Perilous Siege safe house and located within the ark and opened the door. A panoply of books, which have been clearly been taken from the forbidden library, lie scattered around the safe house. Kay didn't so much as flinch at the sight. It's as if she was expecting it, or already knew. Aren't those the records that were missing? I think so. I pick up one of the books. Mission code K53, declassified. Target redacted. A sign of judgment regarding redacted. Redacted emerged as a major political figure amidst the chaos that spread during the evacuation to the Ark. He initially appeared upright and honest, but he is now believed to have become intoxicated by power and plotted to overthrow the central government. Refer to attached evidence and conduct further investigation before delivering judgment. Was that supposed to be about me back with Crow and everything? For humankind, may justice prevail. This must have been Kay's mission. Mission code name Deemed 77, declassified. Target Bright Squad. Assignment Gather Intel on Bright Squad. Frequent injuries on mission and mission delays have been reported within the squad. Intel suggests the squad leader could be deliberately sabotaging missions. Infiltrate their ranks, go undercover on a mission to the surface, and gather intel. If the squad leader is determined to have been corrupted or otherwise overtaken, pre-authorized for immediate disposal is granted. If not, follow on intelligence gathering. For humankind may just prevail. E. More and more similar entries appear in the books. Cadet, I think you should take a look at this. I open the book mirror and hand it over to me. Mission code V1, declassified. Proposal for upholding justice within the Ark and across humanity as a whole. Within the insular society of the Ark, the activities of Perilous Siege proved remarkably effective. All traces of evil within the Ark were soon eradicated. However, evil is the darker side of a coin which must exist for justice to persist. Therefore, a proposal to maintain justice and oversee Perilous Siege has been drafted, which can be seen below. Formation of slums. Originally intended for formation of minor criminal organizations and other forms of social instability, but determined to be unnecessary due to the current structure and atmosphere of the Ark. Priority downgraded and only periodic monitoring required. The Outer Rim. 2. Formation of pro-Rapture radical group. Public awareness of raptures continues to decline. The attached survey suggests that this is due to the fact ordinary citizens rarely encounter raptures personally. Therefore, pro-rapture radical groups are to receive clandestine support to increase awareness and format hostility towards raptures for the general populace. Let's see what's next. Number 3. Conduct surveillance on Redacted. Redacted is a powerful tool, but may fail to understand the judge's concept of justice. As such, it is necessary through the use of up-to-date research and indirect means discovered by Redacted, find a way to prevent Redacted from being an impediment in any way. On July 2nd, X recommended a candidate for this plan. She is a skilled hacker, operating under the codename 000. Proposal passed with 6 votes in favor of 3 against, and 3 against, excluding the proposal. Covert conduct underway. Well, we only really know one hacker in the Ark, and that's Exia. I certainly didn't expect that name to show up here. Neither did I. But at least we found a lead. I can face the Peony Association again. Kay? Kay drops the bookshelf she was reading and starts to tremble. Are you okay? As I move towards Kay, I catch a glimpse of what was in the books that I fell to the floor. Mid-report. Mission success rate for general agents at Nikke is under 50%. The plan itself is sound, but the method is flawed. Therefore, one Nikke from Palace Siege will be deployed on a Mission V1 as a parallel agent. Codename K gladly accepted the mission. What the heck does all this even mean?
Stay back.
So Palace Siege was too good at getting rid of killing all the evildoers that they found it as unnatural in the Ark to have no evil in it. I mean, yeah, everyone has to have some evil in it. Like, you can't have light without shadow, in a sense.
I'm glad you're safe. Mission complete.
But how do K and D factor into this? Have you reviewed everything? Yes. We have high expectations of you. So this is V, huh? That means you have a great responsibility. It's to carry out justice, isn't it? I've been doing that all along. I know the weight of the burden. Confidence is good, but it won't be enough. But what more is needed? Conviction. An unwavering belief that the path you are walking is righteous. There must not be a shred of doubt. Without such conviction, I cannot entrust this mission to you. I thought you were going to say something else. Do you think I don't have conviction? Do you think I could have done what I've done without it? At any rate, I've seen that their expanded library, storing even the most minute of details. That's because records are important. Our mission is to establish a universal form of justice, one which all humanity can share, recognize, and follow. Spare the linguistic gymnastics and just let me do my thing. I'll show you what justice really is, and I'll do it by any means necessary. Understood. No community can hold and follow one form of justice. Everyone will have their own ideas. I remember. So that's what happened. I was just a puppet. Completely hollow inside. I didn't have a clue. All I was doing was dancing to someone else's tune. There's nothing righteous about that. Okay, it's not your fault. The judges erased your memories so they could use you. What difference does that make? What does it change? It doesn't wash my hands of the blood I spilled for no good reason. It doesn't change the fact that everything which I believed was justice, instead was evil. Miranda slams the book that she was reading on the floor. Would you can it already? What? Get over here. Miranda grabs Kate's arm and drags her out. What the? How come you're so heavy? Where are you going? I have something to show you. Which is... my interpretation of justice. Exactly. Everyone has their own form and beliefs. You can't impose one view on everyone. No matter how good and righteous you may think yourself to be, or how righteous you may actually be. It's just an impossible task. Then again, formulating the darkness is something else entirely, I feel. Are they trying to say that Perilous Siege could possibly be responsible for distributing mist in a way around everywhere? just so they can have a target to hunt? Moran ends up taking us to the fog hollow. Oh, Moran, didn't I tell you to take it easy? What are you doing here? I'm just stopping by. After a brief contact with Moran, Jin leaves and turns to us. Here, look. Look at what? That. Moran points to the villagers working in tandem with members of Peony Association to rebuild the town. So I don't get what your point is. Get a good look, alright, on the next place. Moran once again grasps Kay. This time she drags her to the small hill overlooking Fog Hollow. Look here, too. Moran points to what appears to be a dozen of graves. Tell me when you've gotten a good eyeful, then I can start talking again. What is it that you want to say? Moran doesn't answer, and instead picks up a bottle of alcohol placed in front of the grave. She slowly weaves her way through the cemetery, pouring a bit of alcohol over each grave. Did you see that? Alright, then I'll start. This is my definition of righteousness. Huh? You should know. Alright. Oh, right. Maybe you don't because your memory was wet erased. Anyway, this is what I consider righteous. No, I remember. Less than 10% of the original residents here survived. What are you talking about? They're not dead. What? Here's just the graves bemused. They're alive in here. May points to your own chest. Everything comes at a cost. When something is rotten, it has to be pulled out by the root. These things are true, but even so, that doesn't mean that you can cut people out of your life and act as if they never existed. That's not how it works. I was wondering why you finally get to the point. You call that righteousness? I call it hypocrisy. I wouldn't know anything about that. Huh? It hurts my head to think about it, but I don't regret it, not a bit. Destroying the village was something I had to do. And now I carry out those people into my heart. It was something that I had to do, as a human being. We must fix what is wrong. Or rather, we can fix it. If you step down the wrong path, you can always turn back around. If something is unjust, then you can make it right. If we keep on doing that, then I believe that we'll make this world a better place to live in. To me, that's what justice means. This is why I like the Underworld Queens. Oh, it's so cool. I'm not sure if I know what being okay feels like. My life's been hard, and always will be. It's heavy, but I'm holding up. I believe that I'm doing the right thing. I believe that I'm making the world a better place. It's what makes me able to endure it. It's okay. Well, I've said my piece. I'll go and help the others with the repairs. Thanks, Moran. We're very grateful. Not as grateful as I am to you. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't have known what to do next. Anyway, let me know once things are settled. I'll continue my investigation. Later, Moran. Can't wait to get your outfit. What do you think? What do you think? What Moran said? Hearing footsteps behind me, I turn. Thinking back, Moran had come by. Did you leave something behind? Huh? It's time. Pass your judgment. Yes, it is me, V. The evil which you must judge.
This ought to be fun.
Maybe Kay's just become too willing of a subject. She's been following missions without really thinking for herself about them. She's just been following her orders without second thought. Thinking that whatever the judges say could be obviously has to be right, true and just. Because she has no sight of her own, I guess. And maybe V is just trying to re-give her that sight that she's lost.
That was a simple mission.
V frowns at Kay. Breaking down faster this time. Are you the one who erased Kay's memory and used her? Yes, I'm the one who erased your memories. I gave the order, and granted her plea. What do you mean? I'm afraid that you've been mistaken all this time. It wasn't me or anyone else who chose to erase Kay's memories. It was her own decision. Huh? Becoming an agent of justice. Becoming a puppet under our control. Erasing her memories. It was all on Kay's own action. And this time, she even tried to eliminate herself. Of course, an agent of justice cannot be undone by a weapon crafted to uphold justice. So Kay tried to take her own life? Man. Even if that agent is pathetically faulty, it's a pathetically faulty instrument. Saw that wound before. Neither a pawn nor an agent of justice is permitted to take their own life. That's right, Kay. Your life is no longer your own. You have relinquished control over even that. She grits her teeth and lowers her head. The puppet show ends here. I must say it made for an excellent prelude to the final judgment. Now then, are you ready? You have already seen the truth. How the once glorious institutions of justice fell, and sank into the mire, only to be tainted and become evil. All the pieces are arranged on the chessboard. All that remains is for you to decide. For the cause, and to choose the new king. Pass your judgment. Huh? My phone abruptly rings, startling me. V, however, looks at me unaffected, as if he hadn't been expecting it. As I pick up, I hear a man's voice near end. Hurry up and decide. The stage is set, and the conditions are already met. We may have skipped a few steps along the way, but the end result is the same as it always has been. Now, make your choice. Who are you? Oh goodness me, I'm getting ahead of myself. Forgive me, it happens once you reach a certain age. Go on. It's a pleasure to meet you. Let's see. If I were in your position, I'd have you call me X. Huh. So now we have K, or V, and X talking to us now. There's so many layers to this. We don't know nearly enough to make a judgment call on someone's life like this. Sure, they fostered evil in their own way, but media literacy tells me that being told right before how everyone can just turn back around and fix themselves, passing a judgment to kill them now would be meaningless. It would be superfluous. Completely against what we've been trying to be taught here. So I'm pretty sure that we're gonna spare their life in a way. I doubt they're actually gonna take it. Let's see how this ends.
I'm not scared so long as Noir is here with me.
God, I still cannot get over how just good that song is for the menu. You know, this theme here, reminds you a lot of the cyberspace levels in Song Frontiers. Brings a similar feeling to it.
Simple mission.
I could totally swap them and be indistinguishable. But anyway, I'd have you call me X. Now, getting back to what we were discussing, I'm sure you're used to situations like this by now. Choose. In the name of justice, deliver your judgment to the one before you, whom you deem unrighteous. No. Oh, and why is that? This time will be different. I won't get involved in this ridiculous political game. A political game, huh? I suppose that's not entirely incorrect. Very well then, I'm gonna help you come to a decision. As soon as X has finished speaking... V pulls out a handgun from his coat, aims at K. Hey! Small word of caution, don't think for a second that I'm bluffing. It's a matter of duty to be willing to put down a mad dog, which could go wild at any moment. You son of a bitch. Kay stares emotionally at the gun pointed at her. Now, it's time to make a decision. So, what's it gonna be? Which one of the unjust will you judge? Well, I think this choice is obvious. For sake of righteous judgment, V lowers his weapon and without a moment of hesitation, turns on himself and pulls the trigger. Oh man. Shit. This is insane. A splendid choice. Or perhaps I should call you V. Huh? A job opening just came up. In light of the judgments you made up until now, we have decided to offer you V's position. What? There's something strange in X's voice which makes me feel uneasy, though I can't quite figure out why. You're sitting on another fork in the road. Accept or decline, a binary decision. But, is it really? People often delude themselves into thinking that they've made a choice. In most situations, however, everything is already predetermined, including the options available to them. People simply trick themselves into believing that there's an alternative. All decisions by the judges are made by a vote. Don't get the wrong idea, it's true that we did manipulate you, But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a loss for you. Some food for thought, don't you think? I don't like this guy, whoever it is. I've recently come to know one of the judges a bit better. I understand how confusing, even frustrating this must be. Nevertheless, set aside your youthful bluster for a moment. Suppress your emotions and think rationally about which path benefits you the most. That is the only way you can achieve your goal, I promise you. Can I ask you something? By all means. The decision to have me join the judges, was it unanimous? I'm fairly certain I know at least one member who would be opposed to it. Aren't all decisions made by the judges supposed to be unanimous? X-Men silent for so long that I begin to think he is hung up. Then he lets out a deep sigh. I knew it. I was too impatient. I figured that slight nudging persuasion would be insufficient. At some point, X's voice has changed, and now resembles that of a friendly elderly man next door. Allow me to make a correction, first and foremost. Unanimity isn't always mandatory to make decisions. Sometimes majority votes are sufficient. A single person can even push a resolution through, albeit at a great political risk. And to that end, I must admit, this was a decision that I made on my own. But as you can see, it failed miserably, so I will have to lay low for a while. Running away again, huh? I know what you're thinking. Why is he confessing all this to me? The moment doubt rears his ugly head, it's already over, and it's simply a matter of time until the truth is uncovered. Like with Kay. What do you have to possibly gain by roping me in with the judges? A formidable successor whom I can entrust the future to. I've already got so much stuff going on, you think I have time for this as well? Have you not been listening to me? I don't have much time left, but the Ark is still in dire need of justice. I must impart my knowledge to a successor while I still can. However, in attempting to do so, I have been dealt a fatal blow. What a disaster. You say that, but you seem quite happy. Of course I am. My successor has grown up splendidly, without me having to teach him anything. While we're on the subject, you should consider having a child at some point. After retirement, doting on a grandchild is what we all old folks have left. Do you think even if I did have a child, I'd let you around them? I haven't even seen your face, let alone know your real name. As if I'd let you play with my child. There I go again, saying too much. These kinds of things, when you get old, I hope you understand. We admire you young folks and feel proud of them, but we are also envy them. So don't test my patience too much. I can't keep this position empty forever. Oh, and one more thing. I have a gift for you. Think of it as a tribute to the victor. And what's that? I leave Kay's fate in your hands. Kill her, erase your memory, make her a slave, ignore her. The choice is entirely up to you. Jesus, as if I do that third option. Jeez. Call ends. I gaze at Kay, who's looking at me with sunken eyes. That is quite the thing to get caught up in. Man. I still need to do that first little event mission with D and K. License to Kill. I still need to do that one. I really gotta learn more about this world of the judges and whatnot. There's just so many facets to this world in the Ark. So many things to get attached to. Erase my memory. What? Or kill me. Most of that stuff X said was complete nonsense. But there was an element of truth to some of it. Asking me to erase your memories is the same as me asking me to kill you. I can't make that kind of decision. That's not who I am. I refuse to choose. Okay, you are not a puppet. You saw those records. I'm a bad person by anyone's measurement. All those deranged orders from V, I obsess over how to carry them out efficiently. I claim to be making my own judgments, completely unaware that the outcome was already decided. And you carry them out flawlessly. Despite all that, you never gave up on life. What? Erasing your memory may be close to dying, but it's not exactly the same. Why is it that you choose to have your memories erased instead of being killed? You want to know my theory? I think you wanted to fix things somehow. You were in too much pain and couldn't bear it, so you erased your memories. But even then, you couldn't run. You still wanted to restore justice with your own hands. And life first faces many imbalances. We pile on additional weight and move others, attempting to balance the scales. But there is no such thing as a perfect equilibrium. Rather than trying too hard to make everything balanced, in a time like that, I tilt my head and then everything looks in order. It's a way I get by to keep living. I'm going. See you later. Tilt your head and compromise. The thorns on Kay's gun spark ominously. There's no lasting damage, just pure pain. Perfect for extracting the truth. The method used must be clean. There you go again. You're going to be up all night. Remember, clean methods are made for clean resolution. Alright, stop going about clean this and clean that. I'll do things my own way. Even if the means were immoral. Even if you didn't act righteously, you still wanted to restore justice. There's more to it than that. I'm a villain, a bloodthirsty, vicious villain. What right do I have to talk about justice? You're on the right path as we speak. What? Miranda's just a person. Is she a perfect person? Not at all. She's not without her flaws. But if you were to place her on the scales, they would certainly tip towards the side that's just. Even if others call her a criminal, and despite what occurred in the Fog Hollow, she's still a righteous person. That's because she keeps striving to uphold what she feels is right. And up until now, you left all the decisions I'm making up to me. Now it's time for you to decide, Kay. So what's it gonna be? What's your decision? My decision is... Kay grits her teeth and slowly lifts her head. I really can't stand this. Twisting and smashing words together to try and force the meanings, even when it makes no sense. Talking like you know everything when you don't have a clue. I tried to kill myself, for goodness sake. I'm too far gone. This is why I don't like humans. You don't like humans? No. At least, not before. I see. Doesn't seem like much has changed. You're right. Nothing has changed. That's a bad thing. So, it's time we change that. Starting now. And I'll help. You? How? Well, I'll think about it. Ha. Kay, looking more at ease, picks up the gun from the floor. Okay, show me then. Let me see for myself. Show me what righteousness is to you. And the road for justice I'm meant to follow. Road for justice. Begin. God, that was cool. God, this was such a cool story.
That was a simple mission.
It took forever, but we finally got Kay. And this story was so freaking cool. God, I love a character like this. Fighting for justice, but basically a soldier at arms following orders until they finally had to gain morals of their own. So cool. Oh God, this music too, just cannot get over how good it is. And ending it like that, just perfectly too. Like, not an end, but beginning. God. The title was different though, wasn't it? It wasn't Lord for Justice. Does that mean we're gonna get a second part to this? I'm totally down for that, if that's the case. So this is one. They gave us that CG right at the beginning this time. God, I just can't look over how many facets of a story, different branching storylines we have in the arc, and the way they don't they never feel like they overcrowd each other. They always just are in such easily digestible sizes that it's easy to get into them, then easily get back into the main campaign or some other event in the next update or whatever. It's always just so fun, these stories and challenges and characters. This game is so much good fun. One more round. Let's go. Stout.
Hold on a moment. Target eliminated.
Just time for no war and stop!
I'm gonna roast you all alive.
Let's wrap this up.
Okay. So what kind of epilogue do we have in store for this story?
I'm glad
Ran off
you're
on
safe.
quite the marker.
Mission complete.
So you couldn't bear the weight of the crown. I knew from the beginning that it would be too much for you. If you'd known that from the start, you should have told me. Besides, I haven't removed it. I only let someone borrow it for a while. Someone willing to carry it in my stead. I've got a pretty good idea of who it is. But still, that is very much your way of doing things. Right. Instead of balancing the scales, I tilt my head. You got a problem with that? Not really. Not right now. What matters is whether there's a conviction behind your actions. Please, like you're so perfect. So what happened to your mission? Weren't you investigating the cult? I'm something of a free agent now. So I decided to come and help you out. A free agent? Yeah, I'm giving this whole vigilante thing a try. He said that he'd bear all responsibility and that I could do whatever I wanted. He said he'd trust me. They sure are a funny person. Dee doesn't answer and taps at her phone. In Kay's pocket, her phone vibrates with the notification. Investigation data committed to memory. Guess this hasn't properly started yet. We need to be especially cautious with this mission. Right, they did say they would leave my fate to her. But I'm still not convinced that they'll let me walk away from this. You can still opt out of this if you want. What's gotten into you? Let's go already. We've got to make a righteous judgment. What are you looking at? Arcana was telling me all that stuff about being self-suggestion, and it's supposed to be effective, so I'm giving it a try. You've changed. Yeah? Well, they said nothing changed. Well, I guess I did. Humans change. That same must go for Nikke, who used to be human. I used to hate that, but I've decided not to let it get to me. Not anymore. Dee turns around and walks away with a word. Okay, follows. So, where do we start? We need to find someone. What's the name? Depara. Depara? That's a new name, I think. An old man reclines in a luxurious armchair, sipping from a glass. Speak. A male voice follows from the antique headset the old man holds. Already finished? Then what's the agenda for next Monday? Take it easy. Everyone stumbles in the beginning. So you understand everything that's happened thus far? Are you referring to what V was handling? You're mistaken. That's been out of our hands for some time. It's already out of our control. I admire your passion that you want to succeed again. But remember, they are simple tools. It doesn't matter whether they succeed or fail. They simply need to exist. That's all. If you understand that, then you can get to work. Then, there have been some complications, so you need to work that much harder. It's been a long time since I heard someone recite slogans by rote. Certainly not since V or automated voice systems. Such a rare trait to find in a young person these days. He pauses as he reaches again for his glass. The more I think about it, the more I like it. For the sake of a righteous judgment. Lord for justice. The end. That was a nice ending too. Like I said, keep saying before, there's so many different stories in this world. I'm always interested to just learn more about each faction at play here. And I'm always looking forward to finding more. Hey, yeah, this was a real cool story.